यमुनातीरावनचारी राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासां ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु मुद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Canto 3, Chapter 24, the renunciation of Kardama Muni, and text number 5. Maitreya Uvacha Devahutyapi Sandesham Gauravena Prajapatehe Samyak Shraddhaya Purusham Kutastham Abhajat Gurum. Maitreya Uvacha Devahutyapi Sandesham Gauravena Prajapatehe Samyak Shraddhaya Purusham Kutastham Abhajat Gurum. Maitreya Uvacha Devahutyapi Sandesham Gauravena Prajapatehe Samyak Shraddhaya Purusham Kutastham Abhajat Gurum. Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Devahuti, Devahuti. Api, also. Sandesham, the direction. Gauravena, with a great respect. Rajapateha, of Kardama. Samyaka, complete. Shraddhaya, having faith in. Purusham, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Bhutasam, situated in everyone's heart. Abhajat, worship. Gurum, most worshipable. Translation and purport by His Loving Divine Mercy, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Sri Maitreya said, Devahuti was fully faithful and respectful toward the direction of her husband, Kardama, who was one of the Prajapatis, or generators of human beings in the universe. O great sage, she thus began to worship the Master of the universe, the Supreme Personality of a Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart. Purport. This is the process of spiritual realization. One has to receive instruction from a bona fide spiritual master. Narada Muni was Devahuti's husband, but because he instructed her on how to achieve spiritual perfection, he naturally became her spiritual master also. There are many instances wherein the husband becomes the spiritual master. Lord Shiva also is the spiritual master of his consort, Parvati. A husband should be so enlightened that he should become the spiritual master of his wife in order to enlighten her in the advancement of a Krishna consciousness. Generally, Stree or woman is less intelligent than man. Therefore, if the husband is intelligent enough, the woman gets a great opportunity for spiritual enlightenment. Here it is clearly said, Samyaka Shraddhaya, that with a great faith, one should receive knowledge from spiritual master and with a great faith execute the performance of service. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary on a Bhagavad Gita, he especially stressed the instruction of the spiritual master. One should accept the instruction of the spiritual master as one's life and soul. Whether one is liberated or not liberated, one should execute the instruction of spiritual master with a great faith. It is also stated that the Lord is situated in the Lord's heart. One does not have to seek the Lord outside. He is already there. One simply has to concentrate on one's worship in good faith, as instructed by a bona fide spiritual master, and one's efforts will come out successfully. It is also clear that the Supreme Personality of a Godhead does not appear as an ordinary child. He appears as he is. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, he appears by his own internal potency, Atma Mayaya. And how does he appear? He appears when pleased by the worship of devotee. A devotee may ask the Lord to appear as her son. The Lord is already sitting within the heart. And if he comes out from the body of devotee, it does not mean that the particular woman becomes his mother in the material sense. He is always there, but in order to please his devotee, he appears as her son. Om Ajnana-Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishta Stapita Pyeta Bhutale Swayambhurupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadandegam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Guru Namaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sargana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Varijana Sayitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Parana Sagalavita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsho. मैत्रेय उवाच देवहूत्यापि सन्देशं गौरवेण प्रजापते सम्यक् श्रद्धया पुरुषं प्रथाय पुरुषं कूटस्थम् अभजत गुरुम्. Devotee was fully faithful and respectful towards the direction of her husband, Kardama, who was one of the Prajapatis or generators of human beings in the universe. O great sage, she thus began to worship the Master of the universe, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, situated in everyone's. The first line of this purport Prabhupada says that this is the process of spiritual realization. One has to receive instruction from a bona fide spiritual master. And Kardama Muni, being the Prajapati or generators of human beings, he has to have the quality of a spiritual master. Because as scripture says that Utana Sasyat, Jananina Sasyat, Devona Sasyat, Rajona Sasyat, No Mochiyat Samopetam. It is the responsibility of father to liberate his dependent. And here Prajapati, he is the generator of human beings. So he has to have qualities of spiritual master to liberate the progeny that he is going to have. And considering his exalted position and due respect to his highly enlightened position, Mother Devoti accepted his instructions and followed as it is in his life, in her life. Like she started worshipping the Master of the Universe, Supreme Personality of God, which is situated in everyone. Kutastha. Kutastha means in everyone's heart. Is residing in everyone's heart. So she started worshipping. And here, Prabhupada says that there are many instances in the Puranas or Vedic literature or in Mahabharata, Ramayana, that the husband becomes the spiritual master of the woman. Like Lord Shiva is spiritual master of Mother Parvati. Spiritual master of a husband should be so enlightened that he should become the spiritual master of his wife in order to enlighten her in the advancement of Krishna. Pati. Pati. Pati means who protects. There are like Udyogapati, Dalapati, Senapati, Prajapati, and Pati. The person who protects his dependence on him is Pati. So for every woman, if her husband is enlightened, then he is the spiritual master. Because he can liberate her. And to liberate her, he has to have the enlightenment. Otherwise, it's useless. So, Grihastha life should run on the basis of this principle. Generally, we say vice versa. So everything runs according to the wife. That is also okay, but if she is well trained in all the aspect of Grihastha. And here we can see, in case of a Devavati, actually, she first desired for the sanctification, and being a proper husband, Kardama Muni, he satisfied her desire. And then he said, now enough of that. Now I'm going for my path of spiritual enlightenment. And then we remember that what a great opportunity that she has missed. And she became disheartened, and she started lamenting. I had such a wonderful opportunity to associate with such an enlightened person, and I have not taken advantage of that. So now, at least, before you go, please enlighten me in that knowledge which will protect me from coming back to this material world. Atma Bhavana, the knowledge about soul, the knowledge about Atma. And because he was expert in delivering that knowledge, he started giving her instruction. And previous few verses we have seen that he instructed her wife that you should follow this particular process through which you can worship the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, and you will get him as your son. Because he remembered what benediction that he got when Lord appeared in front of him. Lord there told him that I'm going to appear in your dynasty as your son. I'm going to give the knowledge which is essential to obtain devotional service. That is the Sankhya philosophy. And Prabhupada here says that generally, stree or woman is a less intelligent than a man. Therefore, if husband is enlightened, enough, intelligent enough, the woman gets a great opportunity for a spiritual enlightenment. So here again, Prabhupada explains that because they are less intelligent, so better for them to take instruction from their husband, who is spiritually enlightened or intelligent person. If he is not, then it's tough. It's not a grahastha, it's like a graha means. What essential thing that Prabhupada wanted to convey from this purport is that disciple should follow the instruction of his spiritual master as his life and soul. Whether he is enlightened or whether he is not. Disciple and not spiritual master. If he follows the instruction of his spiritual master, then it's become easy for him to worship the Lord. Sometimes you think that, oh, it's by my own endeavor that I can do it. No. Lord says in this particular chapter only that without the association of devotees, it's not that easy to understand about my wonderful qualities. I was studying. 11th canto part 11th canto part. There actually, when Uddhav ji asked their lordship, tell me what are the important the chapter is like essential for living. What is most important for living in? There, Uddhav asked their lordship, what are the qualities of devotees? Worship. And what is the process which you get pleased? And their Lord says that whether you know me or does not know me, but if you still engage in the devotional service and follow the instructions of your spiritual master, that is more than enough. and you will attain it. ज्ञात्वा अज्ञात्वात् ये वै माम यावन् यशास्मि यादृश भजन्ति अनन्य भावेन ते मे भक्तमता. My devotees may or may not know exactly what I am, who I am, and how I exist. But if they worship me with unalloyed love, then I consider them to be the best of devotees. 11, 33. And he says that if you really want to worship me, then he says that Madlinga Madabhakta Jana Darshana Sparshana Achanam Parichariya Stuti Gunanu Namanukirtan. My dear Uddhava, one should worship me. Sorry. My dear Uddhava, one can give up false pride and prestige by engaging in the following devotional service. One may purify oneself by seeing, touching, worshipping, serving, and offering prayers and glorification and the obeisances to my form as the deity and to my pure devotees. So if someone sees the deities, the same result he gets by serving the devotee. Generally, the deity worship is meant to get us purified from our heart. And when you come in front of the deities, by the glance of Lord, you get rid of all your sinful activities. So every time you go out of this door, you are pure living entity. Because of our material conditioning, we go out and immediately start getting contaminated ourselves. I have seen people, they come. Generally, they come at like 7:15, 7:20. They miss the darshan and they sit till 8:30. As soon as darshan opens, they fold their hands and immediately disappear. They can wait for 45 minutes, but they don't have a patience to stay back and at least attend the Arati, see Lordship properly. I don't know in what hurry they are, because they don't understand real essence of the activity that's supposed to be, what they are doing. Here Lord says that Ishtapurpena mameva yo yajate samahitah labate mahi satbhaktim mat smritihi sadhu sevaya. One who has executed sacrificial performance and pious works for my satisfaction and who does worship me with a fixed attention obtains unflinching devotional service unto me. By the excellent quality of his service, such a worshipper obtains realized knowledge about me. Prayena bhakti yogena satsangena vinodbhava novayo vidyate samyakenam satam. My dear Uddhava, I am personally the ultimate shelter and way of life for saintly liberated. And thus, if one does not engage in my loving devotional service, which is made possible by the association with my devotees, then for all practical purpose, one possesses no effective means for escaping from materialism. प्रायेण भक्ति योगेन सत्संगेन विनोद प्रायेण भक्ति योगेन सत्संगेन विना उद्धव. Without the association of devotees, if you do devotional service, it's not possible to get the perfection in devotional service. So if you want to get the perfection in devotional service, you need to associate with the devotees. That's why when Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita, he writes and he gives more stress on the instruction of spiritual. He said one should accept the instruction of the spiritual master as one's life and soul. Whether one is liberated or not liberated, one should situate it in everyone's. One should execute the instruction of spiritual master with a great faith. It is also stated that the Lord is situated in everyone's heart. One does not have to seek the Lord outside. He is already there. One simply has to concentrate on one's worship in good faith, as instructed by a bona fide spiritual master, and one's efforts will come out. And then Prabhupada speaks about how Lord's birth is not common. Generally, most of the people, they have an understanding that he is born out of Devaki, and that's why he's like a common man. He's born as we are born from our own mother. But Prabhupada said that's not the fact. It is Lord's mercy on that devotee that he appears in their heart first. And from heart he gets transferred to the embryo, not from the semen. That's not the birth of their Lord. Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. By his own eternal potency, he manifests himself. He never takes birth as a result of his karma. Karmana Daivanetrena Jantur Deha Patyate. Living entity takes birth because of karma that he has performed. Lord never takes birth like that. But he appears. And that's why his birth is called as a appearance. And our birth is called as a delivered. For us, delivery happens. We get delivered from the sufferings of womb. And Lord, he appears. He comes to this world. For what? To deliver us. That means to do. So any question, any comment for this purpose? कलियुग में क्या कर सकते? कलियुग में सारी चीजें उल्टी चलती है. कलियुग he writes it somewhere. No, Hmm. Yeah, Prabhupada always said that. I have not done this. It's my spiritual master who has God done it through you people. Never takes credit to him also. He said that. Not through me. He always said through you. He has sent you to assist me in this mission. So that's the mood of pure devotee. They don't boast or boast. What? Boast? Boast. No? They don't boast. Boast is different. Boast is thing. They don't boast about things. Even though they have done this. Like yesterday, someone sent me a message. It was really wonderful. Uh, where Prabhupada is explaining to Bhagavat Prabhu how essential to read books. How the books got written and why we should read them. Srila Prabhupada said, he means Krishna. See, if you don't have respect for me, it's okay. But at least respect the Bhagavatam. And if you don't, no, don't have any interest, please go out and talk. Srila Prabhupada said, he means Krishna asked me to come here, and I said that I did not want to go because it was such a dirty place, which is material. So he means Krishna told me, if you go, I will arrange so many nice places for you to live in. I said, but I do not want to go. He, Krishna said, you just go and write these books and I will make it comfortable for you. So Srila Prabhupada said, because he asked me to write these books, I came. Once in Bombay, Srila Prabhupada ordered me to come to his room and listen to him preach to someone or some life members. I sat there and listened for almost an hour. After they left, he started to chastise me. Why are you not coming here every day to listen to me preach? You are one of my leaders. If you do not learn how to preach from me, then what will happen? Then he quoted a verse in Sanskrit from Bhagavad Gita and asked me if I knew this verse in English, where it was in the Gita, and what is the meaning it was. I unfortunately had no answers. Are you reading my books every day? He asked. I admitted my neglect. If you do not read my books every day, then how will you learn? You are going out to make life members and collect big donations, but you are not reading my books. You must read my books every day. हिंदी में बोलूं क्या? समझ में आ रहा है? Prabhupada is saying that to one of his disciples, Bhagavad Das, himself. Then he said, even I read my books, Prabhupada is saying, every day. Do you know why? I preferred no answer and waited for the revelation. Bhagavad Prabhu is saying that. Because every time I read my books, that's Prabhupada. Because every time I read these books, even I learn something. I sat in stunned silence. Then he asked, do you know why I learn something every time I read these books? Now I was completely bewildered because I have not written these books. What had transpired next was simply amazing. He looked at me very intently, making strong direct eye contact. He spoke with a great authority, but with a mystical mood, bordering on the ecstatic as he began to describe how his books are written. Every day, he said, when I sit down here to write these books, he was now looking into space, waving his hands in the air, his voice filled with a transcendental emotion. Krishna personally comes and dictates every word. I got the sense that Krishna was present in the room at that moment, but I was too blind to see him. Now Srila Prabhupada returned his eyes to mine. Therefore, he said, whenever I read these books, even I learn something. And if you read my books every day, you will also learn something every time you read them. Written by Bhagavad. And we give lame excuses. What? We render services. Huh? We do this, we do that. But if you don't read, are you going to please your spiritual master? Prabhupada is happy that he is doing life membership and getting donations. But what most essential things? That is reading his books. And he says it's not mine. I have just written, but they are dictated by the Lord, word to word. And if you have that faith, that's it. But you should have that earnest desire to understand. It's a simple thing. You are following someone, you should know what he expects from you. And if you are not following his expectations, do you think that you are his follower? No. These 40 minutes we get to read or understand about, but we are lazy for that. We feel sleepy. We have so many things to do at the same time. We have so many things there to discuss about. That's nonsense. That never shows the sincerity of heart. Why he has paid so much for this? The whole purpose of his coming to this material world to write these books. So these are the most, and it's amazing. Can you understand how much he has wrote within 10 years? It takes a lifetime for us to read. And he wrote it in that time. Traveled that same time. As much as no one can travel throughout life. Met so many people. Wrote so many letters. Initiated thousands of people. Took their responsibility. So all these things are like a mystical for us. And if we don't take that seriously, there's no question of going back on that. No. It's just like a phantasmagoria for us, some fantasy for us, going back on that. If you really want to go, just follow what he has said. That's more than rest of the thing he will take. Srila Prabhupada ki Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki.